In this video, I want to show you how you can use the Mountain DisplayPad to control anything inside Home Assistant. So here it is right here, and I have a button that will toggle off my Office, and when I click it again, it will toggle it back on. So let me show you how it works. So full disclosure, I'm a Mac user, and I thought this would work with a Mac. It doesn't. So thankfully I have a spare PC sitting around, so I was able to connect this to the PC and it just runs the software in the background. So I'm going to show you what software that they provide and then the way how to get Home Assistant into this thing, or this to allow to control Home Assistant so that you can run practically anything you want. Okay, so here's the software on the Windows computer, and you can download it by going to mountain.gg.start. And again, this only works for Windows. I tried on Mac, it does not work. And they give you a nice GUI UI that if you select any of these buttons, you can select what it does. So when I select this one, I have it where it runs a program. And so the program that it will run is a bash script that I made. So let me show you exactly what this bash script looks like so then you can tie this in. All right, here is the bash code that you will use to be able to run any command on Home Assistant on this device. So first you'll need the HA host, which is just your URL to your Home Assistant. So it'd be your local address or whatever the address is of the Home Assistant on your network with the port probably 8123. If you have a different port or it's on a different website that you connect to Home Assistant, however you connect to Home Assistant, that's your port right there. Your HA access token is how other devices get access. So the way how you get that is it on your Home Assistant. If you go to your name, scroll all the way down to long-lived access tokens, you can create one, and that's how you get that. So it just generates a code so that other devices can have access. Next, you need your entity ID. So this is, I have one called timer.kitchentime. So this is a timer inside Home Assistant. Another one that I did for my example was light.kitchenlights. So that would control lights. This one controls a timer. Then you have your service. The service is what you want it to do. So you say timer/start, or on my light one for my office, it was light/toggle, and that told it when it runs to do the light and toggle it. And then had more data with the entity ID, and then the actual curl request puts it all together. So it takes the HA token, takes the data from here, takes the host and the service, and just this is the real command that's doing everything. Everything else is just explaining what all these mean. So this is the meat and potatoes of it. Just running a curl API against your local Home Assistant, and it will run it. So let's see that in effect on the Windows computer. Okay, so now let's create the bash script if you do not know how to do that. So first, I will just navigate to, where am I? Ooh. So I am administrator, so I'm going to go to the desktop. So now I'm on the desktop. So now from the desktop, and I just put on the desktop so I can find it, I will do vi, and I'll say ha.sh. And that is the file. So vi is my text editor, and the file that I'm going to create and name is called ha.sh. So I make that, and now I'm inside the file called ha.sh. And on my desktop, this file has been created. So I just need to copy and paste this code here. So I'm just going to copy all of this, and no, this is not all filled in because it has confidential information like my URL for Home Assistant and my access token, which I don't want that in the public, but you get the idea. So before you do anything, hit the letter I, and that puts you into insert mode. And then just right click and hit paste, and there all your code goes in. So just make sure that all this information is for your Home Assistant. So it's yourhomeassistant.com or whatever, or 192.168, and then the port 8123, your long access token that you got from your Home Assistant, and then the information that you want from here. And a good way to find it, okay, so here's my office. This is how I knew what the name was. So I have a group, I have a helper, which is a group of lights, and it is called timer dot office lights. That's not the one I want. I want this one, the group. Here's the group, and it is lights dot office lights. So that's what you would put here. You could do lights dot office lights, and then for the service, whatever the device is. So if it's a timer, put timer. If it's lights, put lights. If it's an I don't know, a fan, do a fan. And then slash whatever you want it to do. Home Assistant has some good documentation. If it's a timer, it can be stop, start, idle, stuff like that. But I knew that if I had a timer or a light, you can do light with Home Assistant or with VI. You have to navigate with the keyboard. So light slash toggle, and that will toggle on the lights on and off. And how does it know what to do? It is because the entity ID is that. So if we go up, we can do light dot office lights, and so now that's going to go see this light.office lights, and then when it runs, it will see what do you want me to do, and it will be the light and toggle it. So it's not just turn it off and on. So if you wanted the lights only to turn on when you click that button and turn off with a different script, you can do light slash on or light slash off, something like that. So that is the command. That is the whole thing. So once you do that and everything is perfect, then you hit the escape key to get out of insert mode. Then you do :W for write, Q for quit. And then you need to make this executable. So the best way to do it is change mod, and you find the name of your app. So it was called Ha, and if you hit tab, it should fill in. So ha.sh, and actually change mod. You want 755, and that just says who gets privileges to read, write, and execute. So 755 will allow that. Hit enter, and now it is ready to execute. So instead of choosing My Home Assistant, when you say run program, you can browse. Then you go to your desktop, and you can select Ha, save it, and there it is. So now when you click the button, I'm going to put it back onto mine. I actually had one called Home Assistant. And there you go. And then last but not least, you can edit the image you want. There's all sorts of images, but I just like this one. And that's how you connect the Mountain DisplayPad to control Home Assistant. So hopefully that was helpful for you. I really wish this had been able to work on macOS, because that would have been amazing. But if you happen to have a Windows computer around, or you're a Windows user, then this will work just great. These buttons can do all sorts of stuff, but if you want it for your smart home, you can control it that way. So thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, let me know down in the comments below. I'll be answering those as they come in. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.